All right, welcome back. Thanks for joining us on another Monday night. How you doing, Noel?
Good.
All right.
Yeah, I got here
Okay.
early.
No, you're right on time.
I feel like I'm
It's
here
outstanding.
earlier every single time.
You're 4 out of 5. That's
Really?
not
4 out
bad.
of 5?
Yeah, it ain't bad. And even the other one was just under the wire.
Yeah,
kind of a
like
little
just
bit.
minute. Wow.
All right, we'll get to the other, our normal thing after we do this interview. I'll talk to Rob and Wade and everything else. But you see somebody sitting here with us. Everybody, this is Jacob Luczak. Hi, Jacob.
How are you guys?
Good. Thank you for coming in, man. It's nice to have you in. Jacob Luczak, we're going to have a nice interview here, but I want to tell you first, we found, Jacob, how did we all find each other? Either way, that video, you did like a 13-minute video.
Yep.
Emotional.
That was really something,
Super
yeah.
emotional.
And seeing it made us really want to know more. Because it's
Yeah,
13
absolutely.
minutes, and there was more, it was such a, even that, I thought was just a roller coaster of life.
Oh yeah.
There was so many lows, but then big highs.
Yep.
And then when you're at your highest peak, then all of a sudden you get sick,
Yeah.
or stuff happens. So it's an incredible story, Jacob, and I want to start out with you. Simply, where did you grow up?
Medina, New York.
Medina.
Yeah.
Yeah. How long would you say you were in Medina for a long time?
I mean, pretty much my whole life.
Right. And now you're in Corfu.
Yeah.
Right.
Surrounding areas, I was all over the place. I mean,
Right.
I was never locked down in one spot. I
Yeah.
just kind of was at wherever I needed to be or where I could be.
Right. Yeah. No, I mean, so you grew up down there. It's kind of like Southern Tier stuff, right? Medina, is that what you'd say, right? Am I wrong?
It's
or-
like the middle of
It's like almost
Rochester, Buffalo.
Oh,
it's like a
it's
mini
the other
version of
way.
the both, kind of.
Okay, it's the other way then. Right,
Yeah,
okay.
It's like the meeting spot for both cities, kind of.
Oh, geez.
It's
Yeah.
like 45 minute, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, okay. Man, I don't know why I was thinking Southern Tier. I don't know what the hell's wrong with me. But anyways, what was you're growing up over there in Medina, what was it like? What was your childhood like?
I mean, it was pretty normal for
Yeah.
a while, just regular bad kid stuff, you
Yeah.
know. I had a little underground bicycle rink, you know.
Right, yeah.
Stealing my dad's spray painting anything I could, you know.
Underground bicycle
Had a lot
rink.
of friends, it was
Yeah.
actually really good. Really fun area. Everything was real tight knit, a lot of people in the community that looked out for the kids, so
Right. Oh, that's nice. I mean,
That's what you need.
yeah, and I know by listening to the video you made, somewhere after that, things start going a little bit. This is part of the valleys, you got
oh
peaks and
yeah, it
valleys.
started going sideways for sure.
Was that high school or was that grades? Was it what time?
Probably
around?
about 10.
Okay, so you're in 4th grade, 5th grade,
Yeah, I
whatever
was
it is.
young.
3rd grade,
Super
yeah.
young.
Yeah, it's very young.
Yeah, stuff just started to become different,
Yeah. The relationship sounds like mom, dad.
Yeah, mom and dad were together.
Yeah.
Stuff started getting rocky with them, and that's when,
Things.
kind of everything went south.
Yeah. So I mean, so you got that. I imagine a divorce or
Yeah,
something. And dad leaves.
I think they're still actually married, but
Mhm.
the separation, I mean, that was just unreal.
Yeah,
No, see,
it
that
just
has a
was not
big
an-
effect on people.
It wasn't
yes,
an
it
easy
does.
separation, It was kind of mixed, confused, My dad left, and at first, that was weird for me, really weird. Then I was
Yeah.
with my mom, and then, just that's when the guys started coming around, and I didn't know who was who,
Who's
and
who.
yeah,
And you're young. You're 10, 11.
Yeah.
You're just starting to become.
yeah, brothers and sisters started getting scattered,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So everything starts changing, and in your video though, you talk about your grandma.
oh yeah,
She
my
was
grandma
su-
Terry.
Close. I mean, that was
You
your.
have one too?
Oh yeah,
Oh.
dude, she was my best friend.
Right.
100%. She was going through an addiction as well,
Hmm.
real bad into opiates after she had broke her back working
Yeah.
3-4 jobs. So that kind of messed her up in an aspect. A lot of our family gave her crap for it,
Yeah.
and it just wasn't her. You know what I mean? Nobody gave her a chance, but she was an amazing person, amazing grandmother, and would have did anything for anybody,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was she mothered me, she spoiled me.
And that was your mom's mom?
Yeah, it was my mother's mom.
Yeah, so I remember that part of the video. I mean, your grandma was really just almost like someone I guess you look up to.
Oh,
you know?
yeah.
You're almost
That
a
was
role
my
model.
safe zone,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
I could go be a kid.
Right.
So now, as you said here, your grandma sadly and unfortunately passes away.
Yeah.
How do you how did you deal with it at that age? I mean, I'm sure it's
I mean, that
difficult.
was really rough. I actually had Nick right with me the day I found out that happened, you know. I was like probably 15, I think, when that happened. You know, I had this little truck. I got in this truck, you know, no license, nothing, and I just took off.
oh wow.
You know, I was mad at the world, you know, I hated everybody. I got to the showing or
Right.
the ceremony for her, and it just, you know, that was it.
That was it.
That was it for me.
Now we're with Jacob Luczak. He owns. We'll be talking about what he owns in a little bit. Once we get through this, we got peaks and valleys, like I was talking about with the story. He owns Luczak Clean Cuts, but we'll be talking more about that shortly. So, sadly, that happens, and obviously, what happens like after that? I guess like what comes next after the situation. You know, after I guess you process what happened.
I processed everything and just, you know, I almost came to like grip that I didn't have a shot at the world, you know, so it turned into drinking every day, partying, you know. I was like 15 years old, just my drug habit just became like unreal, you know.
Yeah.
I was putting down stuff that could take horses out, you know, just drinking, partying every day, multiple women, you know.
Yeah.
It was just unreal. My life was like a revolving door, you know. I just didn't know what to do with myself, you know. I felt like nobody loved me, you know. I couldn't trust anybody. Like, I wouldn't let anybody get too close to me, you know. And I just veered off, kind of did my own thing, you know. I was selling cars, you know.
You're like
just
16.
making money. Oh, dude.
Right?
I used to have his mother's house, her front yard, full of cars, boats, everything, you know.
Right.
I just didn't know, dude.
Yeah.
I was just doing whatever I had to do to support my habit, you know.
And you're 16, 17, whatever you are.
I
and
left
then-
school,
Yeah, you leave
dropped
school.
out of school.
So I mean, like, I guess, and then you could tell me if I'm wrong, and you can too. And anyone can out there. Robin, remember you got the open mic. If anything's going on, just let us know. I would guess the drugs use, alcohol. That's just to kill whatever's in your mind.
It made
so you
me
don't
feel
think of
something.
things.
I didn't feel nothing.
Yeah.
Without
Unless
it.
I was messed up, you know, I didn't feel nothing. If I was sober, I would wake up and I just, you know, I don't even know how to explain that feeling. I just felt absolutely nothing.
Makes you happy when you're going through a. I used to.
Yeah.
I was into it too when I was that age. So
Yeah.
it's almost like you're depressed. You want to anything to get the.
I just
pain
wanted
away.
to feel anything but what I was
Yeah.
feeling, you know,
Yeah.
empty, you know.
Empty. Yeah.
People
Sadness.
don't get that sometimes.
So at that point, now we're saying you're like high school, 15, 16,
Yeah.
all that, 17. Do a lot of fighting. You were
A
talking
lot
about
of
tons
fight.
of fights.
A lot of my brain injuries were from fighting.
fighting.
Yeah, like I was avidly fighting almost every day.
Wow.
I would find somebody, you know,
Yeah.
just to try to. I didn't care who it was, you know.
Right.
Like, there's just it, you know. I'd go out fighting, go to parties, fight, you know.
Wow.
I just woke up looking for it, you know.
What happened, man? I know there's an arrest. You got taken in. The police arrest you at some point
Oh,
in
yeah.
this time frame, right?
Yep, I ended up getting arrested on multiple assault charges, you know, underage drinking,
Yeah.
whole bunch of stuff, driving without a license and permit, and it's unregistered, a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, it was a pile, so I got put on probation. That didn't work out for too long. It was like
Right.
probably 2 days I was on probation.
Right.
They came back to get me. You know, I was
Yeah.
out there fighting again right in the front yard of Medina at my mother's house. They got me, took me to jail. I was in there for like a week or two. I got out. A day later, I got picked up again, dragged back to jail. I met Heather. They put me on house arrest, and this is where the chances came into play.
Right. Now Heather is like Heather
Jackson.
and she you knew her from before, like
She was my preschool teacher.
right. Yeah, it's incredible.
Yeah.
So there she is now.
Oh,
a
yeah.
probation officer? Is that
Yeah,
what she is?
she's a probation
So
officer.
she went
now.
from a teacher to.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And you guys meet up again?
Met up again.
In this
Yeah, I
way.
was sitting in jail. She walked in, and I was like, oh.
Wow, that had to be
Yeah.
nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Probably someone back then you trusted, I'm sure.
Oh,
in
yeah,
preschool,
absolutely.
You know.
She
Yeah.
was the best, man. She'd take me to, like, McDonald's, drop me off at home before I'd go home and stuff.
So that was almost like an intervention in itself.
It was like a blessing,
like all of
you
a
know?
sudden to have that.
Like a comforting thing too.
Yeah,
How-
because that was my biggest problem. Probation officers, I'd get them, and I just felt like, I had a very, like, big problem with authority,
Right.
so I couldn't say, well, men, I did not like men.
Right,
I
okay.
couldn't, a man could not tell me what to do.
Right.
I just would not allow it.
Right, you had to fight them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So all right, you see your probation officer now. This is perfect, kind of. What happens? Like she's giving you a ton of chances. You said, like,
So I'm shackled up
Mm.
in jail. She walks in, and I heard her down the hallway say my name, and I almost recognized the voice. I'm like,
right.
who's hollering at me
Yeah.
now? She walks in, she sits down, and we catch up a little bit, but then she cuts right to the business. She's like, dude, you're screwing up big time, dude. You're throwing your whole life away right now, and it's coming fast. Like, you're
Right.
facing 1 to 3 years right now, and you're 16 years old, and I'm like, I didn't really care.
Right.
Whatever. And so she lined it up. I got put on house arrest. I got home, took a shower, cut my hair. I was gone.
Mm.
I had a buddy. He lent me a pickup truck. I was gone.
Gone.
I just went rolling around. I got pulled over on Main Street on my way home. Almost made it home. Well, I thought it was cool, to chirp the tires a little bit,
Mhm.
come around sideways. Lights
Yeah.
came on, so they got me. I had my brother-in-law in this car or the truck with me, and I jumped in the back seat, tried hiding under a seat.
Mm.
This Officer Friends, me and him kind of had a good track record together. He knew every game I played before I played it.
Right.
So he walked up to the car, and nobody's in the driver's seat, and he's seen me, He opens up the driver's door, pops the little side door. My head flops out, drags me out, takes me right back to jail, So this went on for like a solid, what would you say, 3 months maybe?
Okay.
Back
Yeah.
and like
Back.
they would let me out, I'd come right back.
Back.
Let me out, I'd come right back. Then finally it was just like, man,
Yeah.
this is getting old, I was just having to pay all these tickets, fines. So Heather worked out something with me. I do community service in an animal shelter, that helped a lot, helping the animals and stuff. I liked how I felt, helping, so I really made it a point to just turn around and
Yes.
start changing my life,
So Heather really getting you in there with the animals was just a big. I mean, I guess what's that do? I mean, it's therapeutic.
Oh
Being
yeah,
with
it was
you know.
cool, it's
Yeah.
just, there was them dogs, that were like me.
That no one
the
wants.
lady that
Yeah.
I worked with would say they were just like me.
Right.
You
They
know.
say animals are really good for
And
a lot of things like stress and anxiety.
that helped me a lot,
Yeah.
taught me how to work and stuff. She got me into a GED program. Whole bunch of stuff she lined me up with. She said if I did good for a year, she'd get me out of trouble, which she did, and I did, and stuff was going really good. Then I met Old Man Tom, we used to call him.
Right. Did we remember this from your video?
Yeah, at a yard sale.
Yeah.
He was buying a little Santa Claus snow globe when I met him. Old guy. He was from Nashville, Tennessee,
Wow.
old country boy, And we went to talking and stuff, I kind of told him a little bit. And he's like, boy, why don't I take you fishing then?
Right.
I was like, all right, that sounds good. Went to the Amish store, went and got some donuts. We were fishing every day. Every day. He was
Right.
he bought me nice clothes to wear. I had a room at his house. Anything I needed. He got me into sports again,
Right.
working out and stuff. And then he got diagnosed with lung cancer. And he ended up passing away. And that's when I really, really got bad into the drugs, super bad. I just
So
fully
yeah.
resorted to
Sure.
it.
Was there? All right. At that point, do you have to go back? Did you ever go back to jail again?
I didn't.
Oh, that's good. Yeah,
No.
so you just now
I
you're
kind of knew
drugs, yeah.
knew the ropes to play,
Yeah.
to keep myself out of jail. So, I mean, I wasn't ever like the type of drug addict where I was hurting for money or nothing. I
Right.
worked a full-time job, kept to myself. I just did it enough to
Yeah, to kill
get away from everybody.
Yeah, there's a lot of pain. Yeah, I mean, I've heard it before from other people that we've talked to, and others that we know, and that it's just killing the pain, kind of, or whatever.
Absolutely.
All right, so now you're 24 years old, right?
24
As we're
years
talking
old,
here.
yeah.
At this time, then you're probably what, 18? When we're talking about now, 16, 17 in that area.
17, 18.
So your friend, who you had a great time with, going fishing and all that, he passes away. So all that's going on. Where are you? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're doing all that. Like, are you?
All right, so I started out in Medina.
Right.
I ended up coming into a chunk of money, and I took off out of state.
Right.
Changed my phone number, blocked all my friends and family, and I found myself in a little town in Alabama, and just stayed there doing what I had to do.
Oh, geez. Right.
I was just alone. That's where I wanted to be. It went on for probably 6-7 months. I was gone.
Yeah.
I came back. My sister, my brother-in-law, and my grandfather met me in Pennsylvania, so my brother could drive my car back because I was just out of it. I was on so many things. I'm surprised I made it that far. Got to my grandpa's house. My grandpa made arrangements. My car was gone. Took all the money I had and put in an account I couldn't touch. And he pretty much locked me in a room, is what he did. And he said, we're going to get rid of this stuff, and you're going to beat it. There ain't no other choice, We went to Jacasa. They tried putting me on some other substance to take me off of another substance, which, I mean, what's the point, You're going to hook me on something else so you can make your money, That's not how we played it. So we cold turkeyed it. He locked me in a room, hot showers every day. Got back on my feet. Nick helped me find a job at a factory. Got my hands on another truck, and from there on out, I mean, it was just killer.
Somewhere in here now, you're going to meet your wife.
Yeah,
right?
Yes.
Does this happen between? This is going to happen soon now in this story, right?
So right after I started working at this factory, I bought this 4-wheeler. I grew up with Skylar. I've known her my whole life. We ended up meeting, she stopped by one time, heard I was back in town, went on a 4-wheeler ride, watched a movie, and she never left.
Nice.
So,
now you're at a peak now, man.
I'm peaking. I'm making good money.
Yeah.
I'm killing it. I got a job working for Snap-on Tools. I'm making absolutely great money, flying around the country, doing sales training, going to conventions, Washington, D.C.
Yeah, it's good.
Taking her with me,
That
we peaked.
keep you
I bought a
straight,
house.
Wow, yeah, this is good.
We had a bunch of nice vehicles, nice cars. Nice, surrounded ourselves with family. Cookouts every day.
And this is happening in like a 4-year time frame, 16 to 20 maybe, and it's just all, like I said, the peaks and valleys. The valleys were low, and then this peak is high. This is high.
Oh, dude, I peaked super high. Like the best I was ever doing in my life, dude. Made more money than I could shake a stick at that point,
So now at this point now, you're with your wife, Skylar. No baby yet. No children yet, right? So after this, now I might have the timeline. You're gonna have to fix it for me. I know there's a point where you end up with some numbness, like your left side.
Yeah. So my son was born.
Okay.
Before that, I'd say he was 8 months old. So 7 months go by, everything's going. I found an even better job. We relocated to Corfu, brand new car, and I'm just killing it, working 60, 70 hours a week. I had my nieces and nephews over, and I bought them that new VR headset.
Yeah.
So I was checking it out, playing it with them, and I noticed my left side went all tingly, and I'm like, man, this is weird. So the weekend's going by and it's getting worse. I try to use the hand to eat, and I'm like stabbing myself in the face with a fork, and I got to work that night. I went to go pick up a boat. The things are probably, 50 to 75 pounds. I picked it up, fell right over.
Oh.
I tried to get up, and I couldn't really get up, and I got red hot metal in front of my face, and So I finally got up, limped up to the locker room, called my wife, and I told her, I was like, something's wrong, you know. I need to go to the hospital, and took the ambulance ride, and they figured out what it was, found I had 5 cavernomas, and 1 had blue, and it was game time, you know, time to figure it out and just keep it pushing, you know.
So now at that point, you got to do there's going to be surgery.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and that's I'm going to ask you a question about surgery because I've always wondered, brain surgery. It is. Do you have? Are you awake?
No.
No. Okay.
Nope. It's like split second. You roll in there, you're looking at lights and everything,
And
I just woke
okay.
up, you know.
Right.
And that's just how it was. I just woke up, you know. My uncle's standing right there looking at me, you know, and I couldn't walk, talk, do nothing. So I just, you know, I'm looking, you know.
You're alive.
Yeah,
in a
I'm
way,
alive.
yeah.
So I'm like, you know, this is pretty killer, you know. That's what's up. I felt my head; it was all wrapped up, and I'm like, sweet, you know. Can't feel my toes, but this is awesome,
right.
you know.
And so then now you got to go through whatever, right? Rehab's got to be
Physical
pretty
therapy,
intense, right? To get you to walk or whatever.
Yeah, so that took about a week and a half. I got stable and comfortable enough to where I wanted to go home. I just wanted to be with my son, you know. So I get home, a day goes by, and it just felt like somebody was beating me over the head with a hammer.
Geez, right.
So I tried to get up. I couldn't get up. Couldn't walk. I tried to, like, call for help, and it just, nothing came out, you know. So I'm like, I started getting frustrated and went back to the hospital. Another one had blue.
Jeez.
So I needed a blood transfusion, and they did that, and it's just, I think, all the support from everybody. I mean, it was just unreal. The community, friends, family. They did a CAT scan like 2 days later, and it was gone. Like, the bleeding was gone.
It stopped. Yeah.
And that rarely happens. Like, they don't know. I still can't come to grips with how that happened. But that was, like, the best feeling I had in my life. I turned out of the hospital bed, kicked my feet out, stood up, walked, and I hollered at the nurse, hey!
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. And I was just surprised I could do that. And a couple of, like, weeks later, I mean, physical therapy came, and, you know, they tried bringing me a walker. Nah, I'm good. I felt better than I ever felt before. Strong, you know?
And you were facing surgery again. A horrible surgery. You know, another,
That night before, they wanted to go through and do the surgery again because they thought something was going to happen. And that last CAT scan came through, there was nothing.
Yeah, it's almost miraculous.
Yeah, it is. It absolutely is.
Yeah. So
I didn't really believe in God until that happened, to be completely honest with you.
So now that happens, you get to leave. You're out of there.
Yeah.
So you're out of there, and now you go back home, man, and you get your son. What's his name?
Colt.
So you go there. Your son's there. Your wife, obviously, Skylar, who's great. I mean, obviously, she's got to be great. She's,
she's amazing.
One of the people that helped save you.
Yeah,
your wife,
absolutely.
meeting her.
I mean, she kept me straight. You know, we grew up together. She wasn't afraid to smack me up a little bit. You know, straighten me up. Hey, man, you're starting to screw up a little bit. Get yourself together. You know.
Think about the people. Heather.
Yeah.
Jackson. Then your wife. You know, like it was all kind of, and then your son.
Yeah.
Those are the, I guess, you know, those are the ones.
Yeah, there's.
I mean, I know there's more people,
but
that seems to be like the.
I started getting smacked around, you know. Yeah. These women stepped in and just had to straighten me up, you know.
Right. So no, man, it's this is what I'm saying now. When we talked about this story before we even start talking to you, it's a real this is like the win. This is the good happy ending.
Oh yeah.
At this point.
Oh yeah.
Now let's really fast forward a little bit because you're done. Get out of the hospital. There's no more surgeries to have.
Nope.
You're good. They probably check if everything's fine.
Oh yeah, everything's cool right now. I got some MRIs and CAT scans coming up and stuff, but I mean everything's feeling good.
Great. Yeah. No. So here's the great thing. This all happens. Now, what do you do for work? Because now you probably can't be in a factory no more or doing all that kind of stuff.
Oh no, they restricted me from driving, working, a whole bunch of stuff. You know, state denied me help.
Right, which is something.
Whole nine. So my income went from $1,500 a week to absolutely nothing.
Right.
You know, and we adjusted to living. You know, what we were making. So, I mean, that kind of put me in a tough spot. You know, my wife's stay-at-home mother. You know. And
right, and you though, somewhere in here, you've always liked the hair cutting, right? You always been wanted to be a barber
like,
or whatever you say.
I've had plans for years to do it. I've been writing in this one book I had for 3 years and just stashing it. Any business ideas, promotions, T-shirts, so on and so forth, you know.
Mm. So now, man, she set you up, right? Didn't you? Was it your wife who
yeah.
surprises you with?
I went to physical therapy, came home, and I walked into like a little makeshift barbershop, like a little practice setup, you know. So I was like, sweet, you know. I called my brothers up and stuff, and everybody getting haircuts tonight,
right.
you know.
Nice. Yeah, no, it's unbelievable.
It's really insane. So you were denied disabilities? What happened?
Yeah, I was denied any type of assistance from New York State because they said I made too much money.
But after this you were making nothing. So they were talking about the previous, before when you were making too much money, and
yeah, they said my bank account had like too much due to a GoFundMe. That's the only reason I had money. So they told us to shut the GoFundMe down. We shut the GoFundMe down. And they were like, yeah, sorry, you know, there ain't nothing we can do for you. So I was like, you know, whatever.
We'll
make it
terrible.
work. Yeah.
That's shows your strength, how you can say, yeah, whatever, I'll make it work. You know, because a lot of people right then and there would have just gave up.
Yeah. Well, that's not an option. You know, I got a baby boy at home, and it's just giving up ain't an option, and messing up isn't an option no more. Maybe back in the day, but now it's unacceptable, you know.
Well, now the future is incredibly bright because you have Luczak.
Yeah.
Luczak, clean cuts.
Yeah, Luczak
right?
Clean Cuts. Yeah.
There it is. The people can see it. How's that going? It sounds like it's going.
I mean, it's
great.
going way better than I ever expected. I mean, we got shirts dropping, decals. I mean, motocross jerseys coming out. We got clothing brands lined up and apparel for all season. I mean, we got plans for into next winter.
Nice.
Already. I mean, the haircuts, you know, that's still in the practice stage. You know, I'm going to college in September. If my business makes enough money, I'm going to put myself through college.
Yeah.
Awesome.
But as of right now, it's going great. I got a lot of supporters, a lot of fans, a lot of people that are just really, you know, in tune with the business.
Well, I'm going to tell you what, here at Gorillas Inc., you've got some supporters. I mean, this is an unbelievable story. I mean, it's the most, like I said, in a matter of, it seems like, I know it started, like you said, when you're 10, but it really, from the ages, like, there's a 4-year period that is just the most incredible roller coaster of the lows and highs, you know, and you're on a good high now, and it should never end because your future's so bright at this point. And you're making it. Yeah. And you're not going to do nothing. Yeah, you got the kid, you got your wife.
Yeah, I don't drink anymore.
Nothing,
no
more.
You know, nothing. I'm on a good diet. We practice yoga, meditation now.
Oh, this is great.
We're very involved into like the community, you know, giving back, donating. I go out of my way to check in on charities and stuff, you know. I try to reach out. Like, I hear stories about people in tough times. I try to reach out. Even if I can go out there, you know, and just, doesn't matter, build a set of stairs or something,
Just
anything, you know, make a couple phone calls to help somebody out. I mean, that's what I'm here to do now, you know. I feel like God gave me a second chance, you know, and it's what I have to do.
I feel like giving a round of applause.
We have another business owner who we talk with frequently in the comments right now, who actually says he wants to book an appointment with you for his next haircut.
That's amazing.
And he knows the struggles, and you know, a lot of support in the comments, basically stating how very admired for what you have done.
Awesome.
I
truly appreciate everybody, you know.
No, please. You man, you don't have to appreciate anything from us.
How many people could come back from even half that stuff?
Yeah.
No, need you?
Really.
So, you know,
but there is a lot of people that can. They just need to know they can, you know, and that's why I feel like I need to really get my word out there.
Right.
I never wanted to drop my testimony or story, you know.
They need encouragement.
But, you know, there is other people out there, kids in the same situation I was in, that really just need that little boost, you know, and if I can provide that, I will drop everything I'm doing. I'll walk out of here right now to go make sure that happens for somebody else.
Jacob, I want to tell you, man, thanks for coming. I'm proud to have met you.
Yeah,
call you a friend now because we're going to, somewhere in the future here, I think we're going to be doing some stuff, who knows, with Gorillas Inc. and you and everything that's happening. Man, I appreciate you being here. It's a great story, and it's got to make everybody out there feel like, you know, on your worst day, it can't be this bad.
Right.
Is what's
No,
going on. So just
definitely.
keep on moving.
Right.
Keep on
Absolutely,
going, you know?
man. You just got to keep on keeping
Yeah.
on, as Joe Dirt would say, man. Just-
Right? All right, man. We better take a break. Jacob, appreciate you being here. You'll
Yes,
come
sir.
back again.
yeah,
And we'll be
Absolutely.
doing stuff, together.
sounds great, man.
All right, Jacob.
I appreciate it.
Appreciate you. Take care, man. And we're
Yes,
going to take
sir.
a quick break. We'll be back in about 2-3 minutes.
Scenic beauty of Letchworth State Park is truly spectacular. Everyone should have the opportunity to enjoy this wonder of nature. The Autism Nature Trail at Letchworth will provide ADA-compliant accessibility and allow those with autism, as well as visitors of all ages and abilities, to push boundaries, explore new activities, and develop skills. Go to autismnaturetrails.com to learn more, and please help support this important project.
And we're back. Wow.
Wow.
Jacob, right?
Yeah. Wow, good for him.
Yeah, I know. It was Jacob, I'm going to say his name right, fine, Luczak. And Luczak's Clean Cuts. We'll be having links and all of his stuff as soon as we get it. Because,
I was just
wow.
coming in here complaining about my ovarian cyst.
Oh, no.
I'm like, yeah, I need to get my shit together. You know?
Yeah.
Wow.
I just,
Good for him.
yeah, and he did it quick. I mean, like it's what I was
Yeah.
telling it's like a 4-year, it
Yeah.
was a 4-year drop and then a big
Right.
4-year increase up, and it's outstanding. I'm
Yeah.
happy to have him. Wade, great find. Kid's unbelievable. He's only 24 too.
Yeah. Oh
Only
my God.
young kid, man. Young guy. Still call him a kid. He really is. 24 years old.
Good personality, too.
It's just amazing to see how he overcame and how
Yeah.
he really this place. I mean, he's owned it for a few days and it's all over the place.
Yeah.
He's got an LLC. I mean,
He's
he became
ready.
very professional.
Yeah.
And hats off to him.
Him and his wife, of course, being the rock there because she set him up. You know, and something, man.
Yeah, and usually it's very,
That's what
at
happens.
that age, too, to get it together, at that age, too.
Yeah. Little boy, I must
Right. Yeah.
was inspiring to him, and you can just hear he's a good guy.
Right.
You know, whatever was going on, he's a good guy.
Right.
I think having kids changes your perspective on everything.
Yeah.
I think so too.
Also, having people that believe in you.
Yeah.
Right.
It's helpful. Yeah, right. But
But when you have kids, you finally have something that you love more than yourself.
Right.
So it's
and if
like
it
you've got
and
a
if it
reason
doesn't, then
to-
it should.
Yeah.
and it
know what I
should,
mean?
right?
Yeah.
Right. Absolutely. Well, sadly, Jacob, a great guy. I'm going to call him a kid because when he did I was watching his video. he's talking about the poor guy that passed away that was his friend, the older guy. He says in there, oh my God, he says, yeah, this old man, he's like 50. And I was like, whoa, man, I was on my off the couch. And remember I told you that? I'm like, wait a minute here. I was like, man, I was expecting to say like 70. I'm like, whoa, it's 50. That's lights out.
I used to remember when I would call like people 30 old. Now I'm 30. I'm like, oh.
I know. Yeah, I'm waiting to hear 70 or 80. Now, at one point, it's geez, it's going to be 90. But sadly, we're going to go from that to something else.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, this.
You know what? Can you do me a favor? I want to bring the other guy up first. Yeah, put him on there. The mayor of Niagara Falls, this is what it is. This was a great weekend for him. Wow, what a weekend. Tonight, I will present a key to the city to Smokey Robinson. The Grammy Award-winning legend is performing at Seneca Niagara Resort and Casino at 8 p.m. The concert is sold out. So he is going to give the key to the city. And I have nothing against Smokey Robinson.
I feel like I just wanted to meet him.
Sure he did. Yeah, I have nothing against him, though. I mean, why would I? He was in Motown, whatever he
Right.
did. I don't know what he does. He's probably a great guy.
Yeah, the problem isn't Smokey Robinson.
No.
It's the stupid-ass mayor.
Right. The problem's not Smokey.
Right,
But as I said, no disrespect to Smokey, but he could have given it to Smokey the Bear. It
Right.
wouldn't have made a difference. I mean, Smokey the Bear did nice things. He
Right.
saved forest fires. So he could have easily brought Smokey the Bear out.
There's so many people. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if you want to go... So anyhow, all right, so he does that. Let's go to see where the rest of his weekend went. What a weekend. Now in the morning, right after presenting to Smokey, he gets to go to Power City. And I know these are kids, but I don't even care. He joined the Power City Bruins, and he's dropping the puck, ceremonial. There's pictures all over. And, yeah, he does that. Okay, so now that's a weekend. What a hell of a weekend. You get to see Smokey Robinson. You get to meet him. Incredible pictures. Really unbelievable.
A video even.
Yeah.
A video.
commented
A
under
video. But, you know...
Me and Scott commented under it.
Here's the problem that I see. He's acting. Let's think of a city, and I looked up one. What is the better cities, like poverty's down, crime's down, is San Diego, California. If that mayor wants to do that, but that mayor is smart enough, he would probably not give the key to the city who someone doesn't live in the city,
Right.
or someone did do something for the city.
Right.
So that mayor's smarter. But all right, that guy could go drop the puck because he's got. They got nothing. They're great over there. They're having that city has the lowest crime poverty rate is actually under the poverty level. We, though, on the other hand, we're at 28.2% poverty level, right? The country, it's 11.5. That's how we're 3 times above the poverty rate. That means 1 out of every 3 people, or 3.5 people, are in poverty in Niagara Falls. Record crime, right? The roads are shot. And I understand it's the winter and all that, but we can't drive. You're going to break your tires or tie rods or
When
whatever.
we protested in front of his house, it
Oh,
was
yeah.
at 26 point something.
Yeah,
so
right.
it has
Right.
actually poverty
gone up.
level has
Yeah, it's gone up.
raised.
Yeah.
Since the
That's
last
right.
year
It's
we've
28
seen
points.
here.
That's outstanding. Homelessness is incredible here because I've never seen it like this. I lived here my whole life, and I've lived downtown my whole life, and I've never seen people sleep in doorways and stuff.
Yeah.
So
Sad.
yes. And yeah, just chime in on whatever you want, guys. You know that. You got the mic over there too. It's awesome. Is Robin's over there now?
I know. I
So I
feel
can
a
throw
little weird
stuff at
over
her.
here.
I know.
Yeah, just stay awake. 'Cause
I already took
sometimes-
my nap.
yeah, I know. You're right here. It was great.
Right in the office.
Fees and taxes are going up. Services are worse, and that's not on the DPW worker. That's on the city. So think about this. You know, all of that, and he's got time to go and present an award to Smokey Robinson, who's from Detroit.
It's almost like
It almost
It's
comical.
Yeah, it is.
It is. It almost you think he'd set it up because this is bizarre. Smokey Robinson. When I saw that, I mean, there's so many people I guess that had come from Niagara Falls that may have. I don't know. There's that guy who was the running back for the Packers, won a Super Bowl. You could have probably, yeah, right. You could probably gave him the key. I wouldn't have.
Tessa sells
Well, yes,
out the
Tessa deserves it.
casino, and she's from here.
And
Why didn't we give it to Tessa?
Yes.
she?
Yeah, right. Yeah. Tessa, because they say, oh, we gave it to Smokey Robinson because he brought people so much joy, and I said, well, Tessa brings joy because she gets to communicate with the beyond there.
I think anybody with the last name Del Zoppo, he hates.
But now, anyways,
And you all deserve the key to the city over Smokey Robinson. I mean,
yeah, oh yeah,
the service that your mother and father have given to the people of the city, what you do, what your sister does. I mean, it's just crazy.
I think anybody in connection with you guys, us, whatever, anybody who's in relation to us or people who've done something good, he's never gonna.
No.
Anybody who's actually done something good, I feel like he's intimidated by.
No, you're right.
You know what I mean?
And I'm not going to let the city council off the hook either because they're watching this.
Yeah.
Say something. This is a disgrace. Someone say something. It can't be just us. That's a joke.
I feel like it's always just you or...
It's just us. It's us in this room up here because I don't understand. That's a joke. Or if people say it, I don't know. I would hope that a city council person would be outraged. We have given an award to the Little Bakery.
Yeah.
We've given it now to Smokey. And I don't know. I mean, geez. Why don't we just find a lawyer that we know is up on a couple charges, and we could march him out and give him a key.
That's what I commented under. I said, I'm surprised you didn't give the key to Nicholas D'Angelo.
Sure, why not?
Why not?
Let's do it. I mean, I'm not saying Smokey Robinson's anywhere near like that. Smokey Robinson's probably a great guy. I'm sure in his community, I bet he does a lot of good things. This just saying is in his community.
The point is, your brother would acknowledge D'Angelo over anybody here at Gorillas Inc., who has constantly with Noel helping victims, Robin helping victims, anybody who has actually done something that speaks out truthful but is against your brother or whatever, we're the enemy, and it's really just nonsense.
And what's sad is for people like Noel and that are doing this stuff, you're helping the most vulnerable people in Niagara Falls. You know what I mean? Niagara County, whatever you want to say. They don't care about the vulnerable people because the vulnerable people don't vote, I guess. So think about that. Who did that help?
The mayor's such a narcissist that he doesn't care about anyone but himself.
Yeah.
So for him, it was probably like, oh, Smokey Robinson, I can sit in the front row. He'll sing to my wife. I'll look like such a great guy.
Tears of the Clown.
Yeah.
There's a good song. It's a perfect song.
Yeah, right.
Clown.
Yeah, right.
I mean, if you
he
wanted
was
a
seconding
clown,
that emotion all night. But meanwhile, people who are actually fucking doing something around here, he ignores them like they're nothing.
Do you want that? I mean, now that brought to you by the Democrats and Republicans. There you go. I mean, the Mayor McCheese. You could be, who's the other? Mayor of Munchkinland. I mean, if that's what we want, we could, I mean, the Mayor McCheese would be much better. He could just come out. You know what I'm trying to say? With Smokey the Bear. Grimace. I'm not even trying to be funny. Give Grimace the friggin' key to the city.
Yeah, really.
He does better. He gives you hamburgers. Maybe he gives you diabetes, but who cares?
Yeah, you used to attend little kids' birthday parties, too.
He brings joy, just like that guy, Smokey Robinson. Who else brings joy? I don't know. Everybody brings joy.
You bring joy. Why doesn't he give you a key?
Oh, I do not bring him joy. I think
you bring him joy.
Joy. I mean, I just, you know what, too? We wouldn't be against, no one. It's up to him if he wants people against him or not, too. All he's got to do is the right thing.
I know, it's really
once in a while.
He's been given so many opportunities.
Yeah, I mean.
So many.
He gave him the opportunity right in front of his damn door.
Right,
where
so
all
many.
he had to do was walk out and give the victims a hug.
He's a winner.
Yes.
Yeah. He knew people
Oh, my
were
God.
coming.
He would have been the winner because you know what? He shuts me up. He shuts us all up.
Yep.
And wow, what are you going to say? I would applaud. I'd have been happy.
Instead, he
Kills
knows
us.
we're coming. He knows we're coming.
Brings the army.
He gets the hell out of there.
And has
brings
the army
the
come.
army, SWAT trucks, everything.
That was amazing.
Doesn't tell his neighbors, nothing like that. And this is your mayor, who
That
is
was
such a
amazing.
great guy, huh?
I've never seen. I mean, people did not even know about that.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And
It was so well hidden.
And the guy who likes to be smart mouth, the editor of the paper there, of the Gazette, he lives right around there because I remember when me and him had a little dust up.
Threw a rock at me.
When we had a dust up on Facebook, he was talking about, oh, how nice. The whole city's unplowed.
He's probably shaking in his boots, hiding.
And he's talking about, I took a walk with my dog and they're making snowmen and this one's passing out hot cocoa. And I'm like, where does this Norman Rockwell bullshit? What are you talking about?
Fucking Whoville?
But okay, so he didn't report. He don't report on it. He don't report on that at all. And he's the editor of the paper. So Either
nobody
way.
reports on it.
Yeah.
Actually, you didn't even hear anything on
like a tree.
the police scanner about it. But you know what? There was SWAT, there was police, there was
Dogs.
canines, there, and we were surrounded. You know, and this is happening right in the middle of the city at the mayor's house. You would think this would make national news.
Right, you would think, like,
It
I
was-
mean, if anybody needed the cops that day, I feel bad.
I know, right? What a
There'd be
waste of
nobody.
time.
Yeah.
And you know what? They had so many police officers, and they were ready to basically, if we would have done anything,
One move,
one
yeah.
move, we would have been done.
Yeah.
But we're marching with kids whose parents were killed, and
Right.
there's no justice, and nobody looking into how they were killed, who killed
Right.
them. This was only a peaceful protest, but you would think we went in there armed and
Yeah,
ready.
somebody got hit by a cop car.
Yeah.
Yeah, throwing rocks.
The chief,
Yeah,
the chief of police.
Yeah, somebody threw a rock at us.
yeah, I got
Yeah.
that on video.
But if we did that,
Let me find out who did it too.
I know.
we'd have got sprayed for sure, if not just steamrolled. I don't know. That's the whole. If a tree in the forest, do you hear it? I mean, that's what that reminded me of.
Right.
It's almost as if it didn't happen. You'd have to. There's people that are just stunned that it even happened. I got another thing to say about something we talked about last week, and it goes back to Democrats and Republicans, especially in the city. You know, the Democrats and the Republicans in this city, which is led by Danielle DePalma, and the other one is Bill Carroll. The Democrats threw him off of the Democratic committee threw the mayor off, and I don't know why they're acting like they did something, because they're very proud of themselves, but it doesn't mean anything because he wanted that, and they did it for him. He wanted that. He wanted to be thrown out. He loves it because then he could write that foolish letter and then just show that he's a martyr, you know. And you did it. Great job, DePalma. That's the way to go. You know, way to go.
I'm surprised she doesn't get a key to the city.
It's coming. No, well, maybe not her.
You know what? I will give it to Smokey Robinson over Danielle DePalma.
Yeah.
Because she's
Bill
dragging
Carroll.
the city down.
The Republican one is he's going to.
Oh, he probably stole the key to the city.
Yeah. Yeah, what's that key unlock? It
Yeah.
unlocks 28% poverty rate. It unlocks record crime. That's what that key.
maybe it'll unlock the place they couldn't afford. Remember?
Or the ice rink that the Fossils own now.
Oh God.
Do they?
Help us. I don't even. What are you
The Hyde
talking?
Park.
Oh yeah, Hyde Park.
Yeah, Hyde Park
the
ice
ice
rink. The
I
Fossils
think
own
so.
that now.
Yeah.
I heard that they were going to.
I lost all track. Why can't I find the Niagara Falls City Charter anymore online? I was going crazy before the show because I wanted to see it, and that's our Constitution. That's the city's. That tells you what the
everything.
that tells you what the mayor's job is. That tells you everyone's job. It spells it out in there about residency. Where you have
there's
to
a
live
lot
here.
of things that I've been looking for lately that I was able to find before,
Right.
like public information that you should just be able to find. That now I go to look for and I can't find it.
It just happened.
It just
today.
disappeared.
Yeah, where's the city charter? That was always right there. I used to read, Robin, stupidly, I would read it all the time because I'd want to see things. I couldn't find it today. And it was easy as a Google search. If you search Niagara Falls, New York City Charter, the PDF file would pop right up. Now, no. And I think they took it down. I'm going to be willing to bet that's part of the transparency bullshit that they got going on over there. Because where did it go?
Right.
So if you take the city charter down, I don't know the rules anymore. And then I got to go there, and they probably want you to go there and ask for it.
I'll go there and ask. Me and Robin will go there and ask.
But that's garbage. That's fine. You guys would, but what about the other people? You know what I mean?
Right.
It's supposed to be for everyone to see. I want to know where it is, and because it isn't a simple Google search anymore. And I went on the Niagara Falls website, the .org. I couldn't find it. There was always a link. I've always been able to find it. Can't find it no more. The city charter is huge. It's our constitution. It's what tells you, hey, you're supposed to live in the city if you work for the city. The strong mayor, what's his stuff? What happens? Now I'm telling you, I guess I have to go there and get the FOIL request. And then they have lawyers there that are set up to block FOILs. So if I go for freedom of information, they have lawyers there to make sure I don't get it. To block the freedom of information that I'm asking for.
In my opinion,
So-
you're only hiding the rules if you're breaking the rules.
Yes.
Because if you're not doing things you're not supposed to be, then why wouldn't you want the city charter right out there to say, look, I'm doing exactly what
And
our Constitution says
Exactly.
to do.
If I'm wrong, someone just send me the link. That's fine. Maybe I'm missing it, but I know a simple Google search used to bring it right up.
Right.
I didn't have to go far to get the PDF file. So,
Watch, you'll get it immediately now.
I don't know why it's gone. I was stunned. I was looking for it here. It was this afternoon because I'm like, you know what? I'm going to talk about him. I want to know what his actual duties are as far as mayor. I can't believe it is give the key to the city and drop the puck. In under 24 hours. I mean, he was very. It's so disturbing and embarrassing. I don't even know, and I'm tired of it. I hate talking about this guy, but. Man, that's just outrageous. I mean, it's just a kick in the ass.
You would think
to everyone.
You would think that since we're talking about the poverty and stuff like that, and how it has raised in this last year, it was basically a year ago, April,
26.
when we went to in front of his house, and it has raised almost 3% since then. There is no care about poverty. There's a care about. You know
Smokey
what?
Robinson and
Shit, the dude raised $200,000 and he still has another year before he's running in an election. Why don't you give some of that money and help out in the area?
Do something,
Actually do something that matters instead of dropping a puck and patting yourself on the back for dropping a puck.
And prices like skyrocketing, the gas price. There's going to be more people in poverty here shortly. They're going to be under that level because you can't afford anything. It was $4.40 a gallon today. That's tough. You're screwed. You can't. I mean, you got to really calculate where you're going.
Right.
With that kind, especially people that might be on an income that's kind of fixed or whatever.
Yeah.
So
you don't care because he's living good.
Right. And that whole place doesn't care. That's the problem. That whole place, for as long as I can remember, is a little bubble within itself. Right. You know what I mean? Like they're all just in it, and they only want to see and only see what is in their little neighborhoods, and world. And these neighborhoods are like I said, Norman Rockwell paintings. They're doing everything. It's snowing beautifully. It's like a snow globe all the time, and people are dancing and twirling, and they're making snowmen. Or in the summer, they're doing sidewalk chalk art.
And they're probably
singing.
Still sharing the money from the robbery.
Yeah. Garden festivals.
While 10 blocks away, you can't see a plow.
And what is going on 19th and Ferry or whatever it is there at the coastal gas station? Can we get a police officer over there and
what happened?
Maybe take the police officers away from the
it's
from College
street.
Avenue, and
that's just a place that I had talked to a policeman I knew, and he told me it's like a weird name, they like Murder Alley or something.
Coastal, I know there's always shootings.
And it just doesn't stop.
And there's
has there been more lately?
Yeah.
I think it was a couple weeks ago or something.
There was like multiple shooters.
Yeah, there was multiple shots fired.
Yeah, that should have been closed down a long time ago.
Or send the police.
Can
have a
we
cop
have
sit
a
there,
cop
I guess.
sit there or something? Because
it usually happens overnight.
Maybe he's
you know
protecting Smokey. I don't know, but
that's
hiding the city charter. Maybe they're very busy.
Yeah.
But if I just throwing it out there, if I was the mayor, I would certainly want to take care of that situation because everybody in the city knows that you can't drive through there at night.
Maybe they're just too busy helping plan
another. Yeah, it is. It's not like it's
another little bakery robbery.
Yeah.
Well, that group of people, I just, we've been on that. We've been going on that story forever. And it was really shocking to me. I don't know why I was shocked when they gave him that award at City Council. I was like, whoa. Yeah. I mean, you're just really not even hiding your stuff. You're just doing it.
I was doing some digging last night, let me tell you. These people don't even try to hide things good. They don't try.
No, because they just don't care because there's nothing that can hurt them.
No, because they think that a lot of people aren't going. Well, it's because a lot of people don't pay attention. Mm-hmm. But for the people who do, it's just right there in their faces.
Yeah, and they're fine.
Yeah,
they're fine with it. They just look the other way. I mean, what would you think? The city council and the mayor, if there's three things you'd want them to do. One, I guess, would be somehow, some way, give you, lower taxes and if you could, fees on people so you don't have a garbage fee, but give you good services, right? That would all mean like making sure your garbage picked up, maybe filling potholes. Like that's one thing, right? Then you'd have, what else would you want them to do? What else would you want these people to do other than, that? Yeah. Keep you safe. And then, how about how about getting out there and even drive around would be good. Go downtown where things are the way things are. I mean, right around on College Avenue, all you gotta do is go under the viaduct and you're up you're heading towards 11th Street.
And if the mayor had time for the Smokey Robinson concert and the big puck drop, why didn't he have time to visit the family of the victims of people who were shot in the city?
True.
If he's got so much time on his hands, then why isn't he reaching out? Why
Has he
isn't-
answered Mariah Wilson's family?
Right, exactly.
Still?
Yeah, I mean, still, her children were walking in
that.
protest to his house, and he went away for the weekend with his wife because he knew it was coming. Instead of being a coward, how about he get out of the casino
Smokey.
arena there and get into the real world of Niagara Falls? If he wants to be the mayor here, why doesn't he start out by being a citizen and living
It's
it
too bad
like the
somebody
rest
didn't
of
give
us?
Smokey a heads
That's
up
true.
about it. I bet you Smokey would have done something.
Yeah, Smokey probably would have
Probably,
whooped his ass.
yeah, exactly. Smokey would have smoked him.
Smokey the Bear's better. I swear, if you did, if it could have just been Smokey the Bear. I recall, you remember him, right? You remember Smokey the Bear?
The cops are probably too busy protecting Nick D'Angelo, which
I
is
know.
also
That's very
true.
possible, yeah.
No,
Or
yeah.
Smokey the Bear, though, man. Think about Smoke. You know how many forest fires that guy?
He can prevent it.
That's it. Yeah. But
He's not talking to me.
No. no.
Yeah, no.
Or crime dog McGruff. He'd
Yeah.
be perfect here. Bring him in. I'd give him the key.
What was his
Take a bite out of crime.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we would do.
Remember that.
McGruff. I like him.
Yeah, he was good.
All right, man. So I really wish he'd stop because it's so.
Tear down vacant buildings and houses. That's a big one.
That'd be nice. Yeah. Yeah. Find out where the grants are that you can use to do it.
And
Yeah.
and make these business owners who are getting these properties, who are well connected in them political parties for
Yeah.
$1, make them actually
Yeah. Rehab this.
rehab it
Yeah.
and put a price on them that is actually affordable, so places can be leased out.
Yeah. No doubt. And let's have. I want to see this summer because last year, I said this last week, there was an article in the paper. It was a big 5-part series about Main Street. The mayor was crying at Slipko's, and then he cried at Beers, and he cried at Jen's, and he cried. He was just weeping up and down
He
the
was
street.
weeping.
And then but Blue Cardinal Capital is going to save the day. Let's see this summer. So far, I don't see any movement. You would figure if big things were happening downtown,
Smoky.
you'd see things.
Maybe
We should
Smokey
call
comes at
we
home.
should call Dante Miles and ask him. He was part of the fundraiser that Blue Cardinal Capital did, right?
Yes, they were on the thing.
Yeah,
the-
so
the
maybe
flyer.
Dante knows. Dante, if you're out there, do you
Remember
know?
the story where we had Shear did it about like how we were supposed to get all these few jobs that were very expensive to get like these 10 different jobs. At the most 10 different jobs. But it turned out that wasn't even true. With them 10 jobs weren't coming.
No.
Somebody had to lease out the building
Yeah.
to get that.
The old club exit.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's right, and that was the deal. Yes, that's absolutely right. That they made us all believe that here comes this brewery and pub and all this stuff, but then of course it unravels like, wow, you're only going to hire 10 people. It's like $140,000 a job, sort of, kind of crazy. But of course, not paying them anything near that. And then you realize, whoa, the sign says lease.
Right.
Someone needs to go,
Yeah,
and no
there's
one
a great
has.
spot for you to have this
Yeah.
brewery. Like,
I don't know.
I think I'm gonna contact Smokey Robinson. I'm gonna try.
Yeah, we
Talk
should
to him
reach
about some
out
of
to
this stuff.
Smokey.
Hey, what's the worst from there?
We could have him on. Hey,
have them
Smokey.
on, yeah.
Like, listen,
Say,
you're not
how
my
does the
brother.
key
You
feel?
know,
Yeah,
don't say
what-
nothing at first.
What does that key do for you, Smokey?
Yeah.
Can you do something that the mayor's not
Yeah.
doing?
Yeah, turn a key. Yeah, do something.
Listen, you met my brother. I didn't get a chance to meet you, but
Yeah. Well, yeah, none of us do. The mayor gets to meet Smokey.
Yeah.
I mean,
start off
but
by that.
something Rob. Not, I mean, Smokey Rob. Like I said it on Facebook. I hate to sound like I'm trying to disparage Smokey Robinson.
nothing
He's
against
probably fine. He just didn't deserve that here.
Right.
Because if it was in Detroit, I could see. He lives in Detroit. He's from Detroit. I'm sure he's done good things. If he's
Just the
made a
mayor's
ton of money.
stupidity is what it is. It's the
Right.
mayor's stupidity.
I mean, what I want to know more. Like, I want to know. You know what I'd like to know is behind the scenes, because Smokey Robinson's not on the radar. Like,
Right.
Smokey Robinson's coming. So what? Jeff Foxworthy was here. We could have given it to
Right.
him. We could have given it to anybody.
You know you're from Niagara Falls.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
But
You
instead-
might be a.
Yeah, so you get the how I want to know, like, when the city administrator comes and the city administrator says, "Hey, Smokey Robinson's coming to town." Why
Right.
didn't- Now, from what I know,
Oh my God, let's give him the key.
but you know what? I
Until
grew
the next person comes
I
in
grew up
anyways.
around them guys. So they could care less about Smokey Robinson. That's the thing. It isn't like they were listening to the Tears of the Clown
I
music.
didn't even know he was coming.
Yeah, no. But what I'm saying is, though, it isn't like if you could say, "Oh, I remember my one brother liked the Beatles." If they came to life, or it was McCarthy, whatever, Paul McCartney. Then I would say it's still wrong. You wouldn't want to give him the key to the city, but it would make sense to me.
My
Like,
dad will
okay,
give him the key to the city.
they love him. It's still wrong. Absolutely wrong. But Smokey Robinson is not making sense to me. I'd love to hear that did that new person, the public information officer who got hired that we don't know who it is,
Yeah.
you know, like who made that up and told him, hey, let's do this, and then let's show it to everyone. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Seneca Niagara should have gave him the key to the Seneca. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
And then
Why-
they could have given us our money.
Right, which they're not gonna.
Right.
But when I say
But
Tesla,
he was yucking it up with the Senecas, the mayor.
yeah, he don't mind. He's good.
He
They call-
didn't. He
they
didn't
call him
ask him for the
Bobby.
money. Yeah. Well, Bobby didn't ask for the money while he was kissing Smokey's ass.
Smokey. I mean, come on. You know, I just am saying, like, you could have. When I said Tessa's name, Del Zoppo Roth, right? Is that the last name?
Oh, yeah.
Is that how
I
you
keep
say it?
forgetting it.
Is that how you
Yeah,
say it,
Roth.
though? Okay.
I keep forgetting.
I'm serious. I'm not even trying to be a smart or wise ass. Why not? She sells that place out, just like Smokey did, and actually does good things for people within her show. She makes them feel good about themselves because she's able to contact loved ones or whatever. And she's from here. God forbid she came from here. So I'm dead serious. Give her the award. Give her something because she sells the place out too.
Yeah, how dare she be related to me, though?
Oh yeah, yes. But anyways, what's going on? I mean, we had a long interview, which was cool with
Did
Jacob.
you see that, by the way? Sent you the Frank report?
Yes. What the hell? That
See
was.
that? I sent it to you, the Frank report.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see this?
Yes.
What? Did you see it?
No.
Okay, you'll
Oh,
see it
boy.
Me
later.
a little too close. So
That was-
Very weird.
Yeah, I don't even understand.
I don't get it.
Just with the timing.
Yeah.
I mean, what's all coming out right now and what we're all
Why?
trying to say what
Yeah.
Nick's doing and what he is doing and what's going on. Now, all of a sudden, he writes an article about it.
And
What's going on within our court system that we've been trying to tell
Right.
people about, lawyers literally selling the children
Right.
and letting the children get sexually abused and raped by
also
others?
basically how
It was. Yeah.
you're if there is a divorce, whoever has the most money could basically just pay
Yes.
to get whoever to get custody to get
Well, sure.
it's not like I don't want to believe it, but I know it.
Well, no, it is though because the money gets you the access. Even if it's not
I see
literally
that, right.
paying, it's more like, okay, I can't afford a friggin' lawyer, but this one can, and you kind of get screwed.
Yeah.
You fight from behind is.
I'm going through something, and
We're fighting for time.
and I can't. I wouldn't have been able, if let's say I didn't have an attorney, right? I wouldn't have been able to go speak to my kid's attorney if I didn't have permission from my attorney. So if I was unable to afford an attorney,
Yeah.
that just means I don't get to speak to my children's attorney.
Think about that. That would also mean that whoever, if it's your husband or wife, will just make the rules.
Yeah,
You're screwed. You're done. You're just gotta. You're pretty much. They almost like penalize you. It's messed up.
I know it's
And why was he writing this? This
I know.
guy.
Right, but why is he running?
right as he why that's the fucked up part.
Like Nick D'Angelo, though, are able to prey on people because look at what you have to be
vulnerable.
Innocent
able
until
to.
proven guilty.
Yeah. Oh well. Yeah.
Innocent until
Yeah, because
proven guilty.
He's guilty
people
as
are
fuck,
vulnerable.
as far as I'm
Fucking
concerned,
guilty, and
so
anybody
he-
who thinks that way
yeah.
is just you're sick.
He's
And anybody who
vulnerable.
thinks that there's
They're
proof-
vulnerable people.
Really should have it happen to them sometime.
I honestly, as bad as it sounds, throw your daughters and grandchildren at him. And
Yeah.
you tell me if you think he's, I mean,
and your
Everything-
grandsons.
If,
Yeah,
if
my
everything's
grand-
okay. No, you're right. You're right. I mean,
hate to say it.
Hypocrisy, though, to have it written by
But-
who it was
written by.
Right.
Yeah,
I know.
but then he's
Wow.
got you because you have to play the game if you're gonna get your
Because the
kids.
court system will
and-
kill you.
Yeah.
No, I
you
know.
have to do it. So if he's saying do this or
You
else,
go to an attorney at the worst times of your
Yeah.
life. When do you go to an attorney for happiness? It's
Right.
always bad. There's nothing good happening with an attorney, and then this idiot.
I
And
literally have a message of him saying to another girl, that's the reason why he became an attorney. Basically, so that would never happen to him again.
Right. Yeah, I saw that. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't know what that thing was. I don't even know if Frank Parlato is he even a.
I thought he was in jail.
I thought he was in the. We don't even seen him in a long, long time.
No, I
That
know
came
Nick's
out of
taking
nowhere.
over for him. That came out of nowhere, and that's usually what everyone's been complaining about of what Nick's doing and has done. Now all of a sudden he's coming out writing about it, only though in the Frank report.
And what's that good? I wonder. Yeah, like who the hell reads it? I don't even know. I would have never seen it if it wasn't sent to us.
No, I
I'd have
stumbled
never
upon
seen
it.
it because why would I? I would never have a reason. I don't even know that thing exists. You
Yeah.
know,
That's
the
his own report.
Parlatos. Yeah, the Frank report.
In the comments
he's a
underneath it.
scum.
Oh
too.
yeah. Oh please. He's what he did.
He was a
with the-
whistleblower.
Oh yeah, where he broke the
How
sex
about his thoughts
trafficking.
on women?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Oh, we know them. We saw them. They scrubbed the internet though. I wish I could
Yeah, I
find that
know he
old.
used to have this ridiculous website where, like, about how women were only supposed to be subservient and
And it was a.
and it
he-
was like bad. Like,
Yeah.
No, it was really bad. And he had some kind of a guru who was his
Yeah.
leader, this guru something or other. And I was like, this is like Saturday Night Live stuff. How this can't be.
Right. And you know what? I don't care what anybody says. If Nick's so innocent and stuff, why would I be offered by Frank Parletto money to make things go away?
Right.
Yeah.
I could have said shit. Give me $1 million something dollars. If it was all about money, I'm a money grabber. I could have asked.
Yeah,
for it.
Right, exactly.
All right, give me
money.
like $5 million right now. I'd
Right.
shut my mouth.
Do you think it's just a person would want to go after a lawyer, a judge,
Right, pick somebody
very
way
high
smaller.
people
Yeah,
in the
good luck.
community to, if it wasn't true?
Pick someone
Right.
way smaller than that.
Right. Good luck. Right.
We're
He-
facing
Smaller isn't like less a
something
job.
that's,
I mean, he's small, but I mean like less of a job.
Jesus. Poor guy. No, yeah, poor guy. Anyhow, no, you're right, Wade. I mean, why would you want to choose them? You're done because they
Yeah.
rally around each other. As we see, I've never seen a rallying like this.
Yeah.
The way they've insulated themselves, him and everything else. But yeah, it's coming to a head. You know, I haven't gotten a letter back from the judge yet, so I'm
really?
thinking probably they're waiting until they set a court date because I sent that letter asking to go and be in the courtroom.
Yeah.
Um,
I
If
have
but-
somebody-
anybody deserves to be
Media.
in the courtroom, it's Gorillas Inc. and you guys as well.
Yeah.
You guys as well. We have Channel
You guys
2,
will be there
Channel
for
4,
sure.
Channel 7.
They shouldn't even be in there.
They shouldn't be there. They shouldn't.
We
No,
should-
they should.
No, they
they
absolutely
shouldn't be
not
allowed.
in
They
there.
should have to stay outside.
No, absolutely fucking not. They should not be in there.
No,
At
because
all.
even if we're not allowed to film or even record, we can still. You can still write.
Yeah.
You can still
You
transcribe
guys
what's
have
going
every
on.
right to be in there, and
And,
I'll make sure of it.
I'm
because-
hoping we are, but we're certainly going to be outside because what'll be needed. Me and Wade were talking about this. You're going to need to have people out there. You're going to have to be loud because you almost are going to want the judge to hear you
You
outside.
guys will be
you know?
allowed in there for sure.
I hope so.
Promise that.
Oh
I
yeah.
hope we are. I sent the letter and I'm right to her because
Yet to get a response, though.
no response.
Even if you guys aren't allowed to be in there
I'll write
for
another
that,
one.
you'll still be allowed in there to sit
Just sit- yeah.
and watch. But yeah, no, fuck. Any other news station or paper that has not been consistent on this story, I don't even want to catch any of you guys in there.
Yeah,
to
I
be
hope
honest.
that.
Too bad we don't have a real newspaper here in Niagara Falls.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, I know. Because there's so much to. If
There's
you were-
so much to
I
report
don't- Yeah, that's the
on.
funny
Besides
thing.
I'd like to see
Smokey
the Niagara
Robinson.
Reporter in there, though. I would like to see the Niagara Reporter in there.
Well, you think about
Tony Farina.
right.
Yeah.
Oh,
Get your ass in there.
the the
your old
Gazette
ass in there.
has so much. They could think of. You're right. You got.
Oh,
you've
do they
got-
still publish a paper? The
You've
Gazette?
got the Smokey Robinson thing is enough to write about because it's just so crazy. Everything that has gone on, and go look at the paper today and see what they're speaking about. It's just unbelievable. If you read the Gazette from somewhere else, you would think this is like this. Yeah. Oh my!
Yeah.
Look at
The
this.
snowman.
Yeah. Look at that. And they're frolicking. I can't remember how what's his name was saying
Who
that
wrote
was
this?
going. Oh, Jenko. How, look at this. And he must have been whirling. I think like Alice in Wonderland. It must have just been such an incredible scene over there on College Avenue.
Yeah.
Like, how are they caroling? They're,
Oh my god.
wow.
Yeah, well, that's because their street is plowed because the mayor lives on it.
Well,
Oh
and everyone's happy on over there. But then you go down the
Yeah,
other streets and we're like.
Walking distance is our house.
Almost like
where it's
oligarchs.
yeah.
Almost. That reminds me. I mean,
They can't get up the damn hill because the street hasn't been plowed.
that's right.
Right.
I was sliding back down.
Yes.
Almost into the freaking gorge because I couldn't get up the hill of Chasm
Oh my
Road
God.
Drive. And I remember, Robin, I got
Yes.
to go back and I.
Yes.
Ah, Christ, we got to get out of here. So what's going on? I mean, I'm going to say what's going on. How have you been? I didn't even get to ask you yet. We got shot out of a cannon here. Doing good, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Same.
I know you said you weren't feeling good.
Yeah. Got another ovarian cyst.
What happens now? Did something happen?
Just gotta let it.
It just goes
go.
away
Literally, they
or
can't-
stops? Like, there's not like surgery or nothing on this stuff, is there?
No, it happens now like every month.
God.
It sucks. Just remove it all.
Neck still hurting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Neck, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a decision next month on neck surgery. I'm taking it. I just want it done.
It's
I
so
know.
hard
It's
'cause
so
you
hard
just-
not to. I know,
Yeah.
and I did it, and I don't regret it because I know what they said about me with the spinal cord stuff and
Yeah.
you could be paralyzed, whatever that guy was saying, the doctor was saying, but it just,
Maybe he just talked a
It
good. He
changes
talked
you.
a good game to me. I don't know, but
it changes you, but you know what, if
I'm sick of the pain.
you're sick of the pain, no, I hear you. No, I know. You might get really, see, I hate to be the I'm not saying, because it's sometimes it works for people. It does.
Right.
I've seen it. It has worked. Doctor from where?
Dr. Rogers, from. Don't ask me. Ask my mom. She takes me to all my appointments.
I think it's Kenmore because I
Yes.
looked him up when you told
Yes.
me that's who you were
And it's
having. I looked
Rogers?
at- Yeah,
Yes.
it's
Remember-
not Roger.
That
Yes.
I must
I-
have
that's
lost.
why
Yeah.
I looked it
If
up.
it was Roger, we would have had to stop
Yes.
it now.
No, Dr. Rogers.
Yeah.
Okay, good, because that was a butcher. That guy. He, what he did to Robin for 12 hours really should have been sued.
I've got
How
a
he-
screw out of place that's
Yeah,
in my
he
soft
just-
tissue.
Is he still a doctor?
Yeah, oh yeah, he has. In fact, he got bigger. He has his own practice now.
He refused, after he did that to Robin, 12-hour surgery, he refused to see her, because he was at UB, with the UB people,
Yeah.
you know? Well, all right, at that time, between the time where Robin's recovering and has to go see him, he moves out of UB and goes to his own place. Because of that, he refused to see her again. He would not look at her again, like a post-op thing.
You should go look at the reviews on him and see what other people had to say about him.
Yeah.
Bet you you'll find other
Butcher.
people.
Yep.
Terrible.
And the
Terrible.
first surgeon was a butcher too on my first surgery. And the second one even said the first guy screwed up, but I would never say that under oath.
Yes, that's right. Why don't we talk about our friend, why am I saying
Elena.
Elena.
Elena, yeah.
All right. Go ahead, Noel. There she is. You see, we talk about Elena all the time, and we won't stop. She needs a kidney. She's a cancer survivor. While beating cancer, her one kidney fails, and now she needs a kidney. She's on dialysis now.
Yes. I think today was her first
I saw the picture. Yeah,
round of it. Yeah.
first
she's-
round of it. Tough girl, though. Tough woman,
Very
because
tough.
she's, every time we talk to her, she's got a pleasant smile,
Yeah.
talking,
Very positive with it. Very
yeah.
positive. She's been through a lot.
Have you talked to her a lot?
Yeah. Yeah. She's trying to stay positive.
Yeah.
That little boy too.
So we got to find her something.
Yeah.
898-5001.
Yeah, that's it.
898-5001.
And anywhere you are in the country watching this, please call. If you can donate, if you think you can donate the kidney, tell them and they'll send you a packet and you can start the process and see if you're eligible, if there's all that. If not, Noel's page, of course, Robin, Wade, myself, Gorillas Inc. has that same picture you've seen right there with a more of a description that you wrote up. And let's share it everywhere. Because if we share it all around the country, maybe we catch a break and get somebody. Because I think we will.
I
This
think
is the
so.
year it happens for her.
Yep, this is Elena's
Next
year.
week we'll get a hold of her. We'll have to have her come on
Yeah.
to start the show. I kind of was gonna, but then I saw the picture and I'm like, why don't we
Yeah.
wait? Maybe she's tired. I don't know. It's
Yeah.
a tough day. It looked like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, why don't I do the numbers and then we'll say goodbyes and all that stuff. Yeah, go around the room. All right. 716-433, I don't even know why I gave that out. 6714, 433-6714. If you're in Western New York, there you go, the YWCA. The YWCA is there for you. If you're currently in a bad situation, you're being sexually assaulted, abused, raped, right now, if it's happening to you and you need help. If it did happen to you in the past, and of course it comes back to haunt you, call them. If you're the loved one of someone who has had that happen to them, please call them too, because you might need some help to understand what they're going through. So you don't say anything stupid that you might not want to, and you don't even mean it. But you could say something dumb, and then you're going to hurt them. So go and call them, and they will. They'll let you know why things are the way they are. But anyways, they have counselors there waiting for you. They'll counsel you on the phone at home. They're professional. It's free. They'll give you a full hour, and it's been great. I've seen how it works. I also saw the advocate at work. The advocate, when Robin went to the police station, the advocate went with Robin to the police station. The advocate will go with you to the doctors, anywhere you need to go where you're feeling like you're uncomfortable, you're unsafe, or you're just like, going to be upset, the advocates there. That's the YWCA. And it's everywhere in the country. Every county has one, including provinces in Canada. 1-800-662-4357. That's an important number that we should never forget. 1-800-662-4357. That is for mental health stuff. And that means like the anxieties, the depressions, suicidal thoughts, anything like that. Please call them. They're there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They will get you to someone in your local community, but even maybe you don't need that. Maybe you just need to talk to somebody. They're there. I think we've all probably in this room have felt like we didn't want to get out of bed or felt, geez, the suicidal thoughts thing has this like stigma, but I think more people have had it than want to admit, sadly.
Yeah,
but,
that's true. That a lot of people don't want to admit it.
But I'm sure that more people than not have thought that way, because depression is terrible and it hits and it's like, I don't know. But anyway, there's that number. Why don't we, I'll start with Robin. Robin, why don't you say something?
Just incredible story by Jacob. I'm so glad that we were able to have him here with us and have him share such an inspirational story. I hope that everybody out there, got a lot out of that. And if there's anyone in his situation, I hope that they found some comfort in what he's been through. And of course, always we're happy that Noelle got here on time. That was
beautiful.
Yeah, this is becoming a regular
45
thing. Like,
I know.
Who even thinks
I want to
Noelle's
get a Star
late
Chart
anymore?
going.
Yeah, because now when you're not, we're going to be worried. Like,
Right.
whoa.
Oh, where is she? Yeah.
That was great, though.
And then I
Awesome.
just want to say one last thing. Dawn and Chris, our dear friends, had a great victory today. So I just
I
want to,
heard.
yes, I just want to give them a
Excellent.
shout out.
And I
We're
hope they have a
very,
good.
very
I hope they have a
happy.
good night.
Yes.
They should have a very good night tonight. And
Yes.
relax. Hopefully. My friend there and partner Wade. Thank you for finding Jacob. By the way.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Jacob, thanks for coming on the show. Very, very powerful story of overcoming so many things that just could have brought anybody, the average, a very powerful person, down to just give up. And you never gave up on yourself, and we look forward to talking with you in the future, throwing your business up there right now if you want to, like I seen a couple people in the comments interested in helping Jake's business, reach out to us. We'll be having commercials on here soon for them. And yeah, just really good stuff. Great show, guys. Noelle, John, Robin, I'm always happy to be working with you. Mondays are one of my favorite days.
Well,
As always, I'm happy to be here. I can't believe I'm on time again.
incredibly on time.
I'm gonna
Almost
keep-
early.
I know. Yeah.
You were early.
It's
Yeah,
like
you
5
were.
minutes is like super early.
Yeah,
You were
here
15 minutes
It was a
early.
goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
Great
goal.
job.
Yeah.
Thank you. No, thank you.
What a day.
Wade says thank you too.
It's like I feel like my parents are proud of me.
Your
and-
mom said, "Yay, Noelle,"
Did
in the
she?
message board.
Jacob, that holy crap, he is, and I love hearing stories like that. Like what an inspiration that is. That's amazing. If anybody has, think that you can't come back from anything, just listen to what he has to say and listen to his story. And as always, I just cracked. If you or somebody you know has been a victim of Nick D'Angelo's, you don't have to be a client of his. If you've been abused by him, coerced by him, any way, shape, or form, you can message me. You can message John, Wade, Robin. We can help get you to the right people. We can give you the numbers to the right people if you want to come forward. And it does not have to be just Nick D'Angelo. If you've been sexually abused by literally anybody else and you feel like you want to come forward and speak about it or even share your story, you can message any of us.
Yeah. So I'm going to get out of here, but real quick, I want to say one thing about Jacob. He's got a lot, got a lot of Wade. I mean, Wade, your story we've talked about before, and someday we got to do your story. You know what? We really
Yeah.
do. We got to talk about what you've had to endure. Jacob's a lot like you, a little bit. I mean, he's got a little bit of you, but also all of you guys in this room. I'm the only one in this room that hasn't had that kind of the stuff. You've gone through. Robin's gone through. Wade's gone through. Like I did it.
I felt him on the ankle monitor part.
I know. Yeah, the ankle monitor. I never went through this stuff. So sometimes I sit here, but I'm learning through you guys what it feels like, to be honest with you, because I can almost feel it. So thank you all, because you're just as strong as Jacob, honestly. And Jacob's just as strong. It's great, because you could just see it. This room was filled with the energy of people that have just overcome so much. So whatever, I'm happy. And that makes things good here at Citizens United with us. All right, let's go home. Take care, everyone.